So Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal are facing off in the semifinals of Roland Garros, and both men have played extremely well to get to this stage. Both of them have really played well, so it's going to be interesting to see what will happen. But both of them have not had easy paths, even though Nadal has only dropped one set. Both of them have not had easy paths to the semi, so it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen in this match. So by now, you guys know the drill. It's always I go through each of them individually. I will go through their head-to-head, and I will go through my prediction after. So let's start with the world number one here. Let's start with Djokovic here. So he's had a good year. He made the final of the Italian Open. He lost to Nadal as well. He lost to him in 3 sets. He also won his home title in Belgrade. He defeated Molken in the final. He didn't really face that much competition, but still, it was still a great tournament for him. He also managed to win the Australian Open, so he's already won a Grand Slam this year. He lost to Medvedev. He beat Medvedev. He won it. He beat Medvedev in straight sets, 7-5, 6-2, 6-2. And in this tournament, he's also played really well. His first opponent, he played Sandgren, and he beat him in straight sets, 6-2, 6-4, 6-2. In that match, he won 86% of first serve points, so he was pretty impressive. In the second round match, the scoreline, as I've said a lot of times by now, the scoreline looked easy, but Cuevas actually gave Djokovic a little bit of a test in the first and third sets, but he managed to come through relatively comfortably, 6-3, 6-2, 6-4. He served 10 aces in that match, so pretty good from him. He won in his third round match against Berankis. He managed to defeat him in straight sets, 6-1, 6-4, 6-1. In that match, he won 88% of first serve points. He converted 6 out of 9 break points, and he hit 5 aces, so pretty good stuff there from the world number one. He then played Musetti in the fourth round, and that was his first real test, because he was down 2 sets against the talented youngster. Musetti took 2 sets from the world number one, and both of them were tie breaks. And interestingly, Musetti has still not lost a tour level tiebreak. He's won all his tiebreaks he's played, interestingly, and 2 of them were against Djokovic. That's pretty impressive. But Djokovic managed to come back in stunning fashion. He bageled the youngster in the fourth set. He won the next 2 sets 6-1, 6-0, and the third set he won it 4-0 as Musetti had to retire. Although Musetti later confessed that he was cramping, he wasn't really injured. It was more of a fatigue issue, but still, it was a little unfortunate that he had to retire. But Djokovic managed to win that. In that match, he served 11 aces, and he converted 9 out of 9 break points. So that was pretty impressive, because to be honest, I haven't seen that before where a player converts 9 out of 9. So it means that every break point, he took it, which was really impressive stuff. And then today, he played the quarterfinal against Berrettini. He beat him in 4 sets. He should have probably won the straight sets, but I guess the crowd was against him, and I guess the crowd made him lose a set maybe, but he managed to still win it in 4 sets, 6-3, 6-2, 6-7, 7-5. As I predicted, I predicted Djokovic to win in 4 sets, and that was what happened. So in that match, he hit 10 aces, so he was pretty good on the serve this match. And he's going to be hoping to carry that into the semifinal, because the semifinal is going to be a blockbuster, I know it. But he's going to have to really up his game if he wants to beat Nadal, because Nadal is really playing really well in this tournament. This is his hometown, this is his backyard, so it's almost and he will be confident a little knowing that he's one of the players who has defeated Nadal in this tournament, but it's still not easy by any means because Nadal is really playing well. Now let's go to Nadal. Nadal has been pretty good this season as well. He won Rome, as I said. He defeated Djokovic in the final in a 3-set match. He also won a title in Barcelona. So he's been pretty good. He's won 2 titles on the clay this year. Not impressive, I guess, for Rafa standards, but still pretty good. And in this tournament, he's also played really well. In the first round against Popyrin, he was tested, and especially in that third set, because Popyrin, as I said a lot of times, he had 2 set points in the third set. One of them was, I guess, hit by nerves. He double faulted. I guess it was a little bit by nerves against Rafa. And the other set point was an easy smash. So Popper double faulted on one and missed an easy smash on the other. But he still managed, and Nadal took advantage of that and managed to come through in straight sets 6-3, 6-2, 7-6. In that match, he hit 7 aces and won 81% of first serve points. He then played Gasquet, and once again, one of the sets were tight, a tight second set from Gasquet. But Rafa still managed to come through it with the bagel 6-0, 7-5, 6-2. In that match, he won 84% of first serve points, so pretty impressive from Nadal. He then played Nori in the third round, and he beat him in straight sets 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. It was just pretty impressive from Nadal. He didn't serve him a bagel or a breast stick, but still, he still played really dominant in that match. He then played against rising youngster and Yannick Sinner, who he had faced in this event last year, and he won the straight sets. This time, to be honest, I would say it was a little bit easier for Nadal, and he came through in straight sets. Once again, he was tested in one of the sets, but in the first set, he was tested. He was down a break, and Sinner was serving for the set at 5-4, but he wasn't able to serve it out, and Nadal won it in straight sets again, 7-5, 6-3, 6-0. He now played the quarterfinal today against Diego Schwartzman, and that quarterfinal was the toughest test of the tournament because he hadn't dropped a set, but Schwartzman actually managed to get a set off Nadal. Oh yeah, and against Sinner, I want to mention that Nadal converted 9 of the 14 break points and won 81% of first serve points, so that's pretty impressive from him. I just wanted to add that in as well. So against Schwartzman, back to what we were saying, it was tough because Nadal won the first set 6-3, but Schwartzman managed to take the second set 6-4, which was Schwartzman made Nadal work for the win because Schwartzman was playing really well, and if not for something in the third set, maybe he could have even taken it to 5, but Nadal still managed to come through, and he served Schwartzman a bagel in the fourth set, and he ended up winning 6-3, 4-6, 6-4, 6-0. And now he's going to be playing the world number 1 Novak Djokovic in the semifinals, and it's going to be really interesting because these two have met a lot of times. They have a big rivalry with each other. They've met a bunch of times, and it's going to be really interesting to see. Now, they've met 57 times, so it's almost impossible for me to include all their head-to-head matches on this page, on this screen, because they've met so many times. But they've met 57 times, and Djokovic leads the head-to-head 29-28, so only by 1. So it's very close. But on clay, Nadal leads their head-to-head 19-7. So Nadal has won most of their clay court matches, and Nadal also leads 10-6 at the Grand Slams. So that's important to note. Their most recent meeting was in Rome this year, and that was a match where Nadal won it in 3 sets. It was tight, but he won it in a 3-set match. And they also met at this event last year, and Nadal won that one in straight sets. So my prediction, I think that Nadal will win. I think that while Djokovic is playing well, I think that Nadal is just really he's just a different guy on this tournament. He's really playing. This is his tournament. He rarely loses, and Djokovic he hasn't shown enough for me to say that he can win. I think he can make it tight. I don't think it's going to be a blowout like last year. Last year was really, Nadal literally beat him like in straight sets, and I think it's going to be closer than that. But I think that Nadal is going to win it. I think it's going to be 4 sets, but I think Nadal will get the win in 4 sets. I don't see Djokovic winning it here because he's only won 1 match against Nadal, and that was in Nadal's worst season where he was losing. So I'm going to pick Rafa to win this one in a 4-set match.